Now at some point in Enshrouded you'll want to make bronze bars. That way you can use them to make better tools, better weapons, better decorations and so on. But to make bronze bars in the smelter, you're going to need copper bars as well as tin bars. Now, I've already released a video which shows you how to find copper ore to make copper bars, but for tin bars, one of the key ingredients is tin ore. But where on earth do you find tin ore? Now, if you've just come through the Pillars of Creation, there is actually some tin pretty close by. So this is where I'm at the moment. In other words, you went in through the gate over here, and there's 2 tunnel exits, one of which brings you out to here. Just to give you some perspective, there's the home where you start off at, and you'll eventually make your way all the way over here through that gate, and then you'll be coming through the caves and come out somewhere here. Once you've done that, what you can do is, well, just head east from here, because where we're going to go is where I've placed an actual custom marker. So once you exit one of the caves here, just keep going east. One of the first things you'll come across is actually a VUCA camp. I'm just going to keep heading in that direction. So we've passed an inner sanctum, which is close by somewhere, but it's actually this down here. This is part of that Pillars of Creation. Then we've got this VUCA camp here, and you've got a bridge over there. So as I say, I'm just going to keep heading east. I'm actually going to jump off the edge here, and I'm just going to use my glider to go down from here, because that's all I'm going to do. Is I'm just going to head down that point there where you see the shroud. So I'm just going to keep going down there, and then when you get to that shroud, just swing south, because the tin is actually very, very close. There's a pit down here which is, well, it's not bad. I mean, there's going to be some bugs in there. That's probably about it. But the thing to bear in mind is you are enshrouded. But the thing is, there's a lot of tin here, so you can just mine all this lot out. So just have a look around and see if there's any more. Yeah, there's some over there, for instance, and there's some over there. You got a lot of tin, so this is a good place to find tin. Certainly didn't have any problems getting here. You say you'll get some bugs while you're down here, maybe spawning, but that's about it. So that's pretty straightforward. If you want to get back out again, I mean, you can work your way back up there, but there's a right up there, if you can time it, that's your way out. Now another place that you can find tin is in a mine, and we can actually find one of those right up here in the north. It's called Mining Rift, and to give you some perspective, well, there's the pike, so it's southeast of the pike. Now, as far as I'm aware, if you want to get over to this area of the map, you've got to come through the actual Pillars of Creation. If you've already found the ancient spire, the Nomad Highlands here, well, you could just head west from there, for instance. But on the off chance you haven't actually found that yet, we're just going to start down here, which is where you come out of the Pillars of Creation. So this is one of the exits from the cave, and I'm just heading kind of like a northeast direction. I'm going to be heading for what is a VUCA camp, but I'm really just keeping this wall here to my left. As we start bending around there, we'll actually come to another exit point, which just takes you back into that cave for the Pillars of Creation. But now we're going to start heading north. Now, just to give you some bearings, that over there is the ancient spire that I was just talking about, the one for this region. So that's right away over there, but it's actually fairly easy to get your bearings on the actual map if you pay attention to that. Now, where we're heading to is basically beyond that big cliff, because it's just behind there where we want to actually go to. But what I'm going to do is just try to stay in like a northerly direction and aim for that big cliff. Now, one thing I'll warn you about is these big chasms. As you can see, that's where we're heading to, this big massive cliff area. There'll be an entrance to a catacombs, but we're just going to work our way around it. So just keep heading north and just basically try not to fall in to anything as you're going along. So I'm going to have to start swinging to the west here by the looks of it. Because you can see there's a big chasm there. Yeah, it's that one there. So I'm just going to work my way around it. And just keep in that direction of where that cliff is there. Because that's basically has the mine behind it. So let's keep heading in this direction. I'm just sticking to the road for now. Not interested. I'll have to slow down in a minute because I'm running out of stamina. But that's another bearing if you want one, which is for the catacombs. But I'm more interested in tin ore, so I'm just going to stay on the road here. And then as soon as we can, we're going to swing a left and start heading north. But I'm going to try and avoid the kitty cats over there. And there's usually a VGA shows up around here, unless that's who's fighting the cats. There's usually one shows up here. But anyway, I'm heading north. You can see there's these little arches that we're going to start heading through in a minute. And that's going to get us close to where the actual mine is. So as we come through here, there's a tent, and that's what we want to aim for, because this is our entry point into the mine. So there is some shroud down here if you decide to go all the way down, but yeah, you can still get like a lot of tin ore without having to touch the shroud. So I'm just working my way down here to where that first entry point is. This is where it gets interesting, I'd say. So what you've got here is a lot of tin ore. The downside is there's also a lot of bugs. I mean a lot of bugs. I mean, if you're after critter parts, you'll get a lot of them. But just round here, there's actually some tin here. So you can get a bit of tin from there if you want. But really, I mean, just keep heading further down and into the mine. You're just gonna have to put up with all these bugs, that's all. And they'll be flying all over the place. So these are level 18 bugs. There's a lot of them. So I think that's probably like the one downside. But I suppose you've got to like weigh it up. So you've got tin ore. I mean, we're out of the shroud now, but there's tin ore up there. There's tin ore up there. Ow. Oh! Fudgesicles, that could have been painful. Yeah, that would have been painful. What you can do is go up here. Get access to all this tin ore. More bugs. And there's a lot of tin down here if you want to keep coming down here, for instance. Seriously? How many bugs are there? Maybe that's what I should do at one point, is actually just out of curiosity try and count them all. There's a lot of them. So it'll keep you occupied if nothing else. But yeah, there's some tin ore around there as well. I mean, if I keep going though, you're getting a load into the mines. There's all the tin ore over there, and then there's just like a bajillion tin ore over there. So I suppose it's, yes, there's a lot of tin ore, but there's a lot of bugs. So I very much doubt you'll run short of tin ore coming down to here. Anywho, I suppose it's a case of weighing up which of the two you prefer, because, I mean, tin ore is useful. Depends, I suppose, how much bronze you need. But, I mean, resources respawn anyway. But this is another source of tin ore. Now, I think the easiest and quickest way to get tin ore is actually over in that little cave right down there. There is some shroud down there because where we are at is at the ancient spire, the Nomad Highlands, and yeah, there is a cave with a shroud route in it, but it's got some tin ore. So for that reason, we're going to just jump off the edge here, and I'm going to head over to where that cave is. Now, one thing I'll point out is, well, there's a bit of a vicious kitty cat might get in your way over here, so that's something to bear in mind. So I need to be prepared for that suddenly showing up at some point. Not too bothered about those chickens or whatever they are. It's this cat. It's not particularly friendly for some reason. It's not like normal cats. Oh, now there's two of them. Okay, so I'm going to take care of those, but you can probably just see over there, there's the cave and there's the actual shroud. I was going to say, geez Louise, we're barely touching them. Anyway, we're going to make our way into the cave here and we'll chop down this shroud route. There's no point working in shroud. Right, but you can see there's just some tin ore over there. So it's not a lot, but I mean, the way the game works is resources respawn anyway. So you can always mine that. Get a bit of ore, clear it out, and then come back some other day and there you've got some more ore. So I think that's probably the quickest and easiest way that I know of. But do you know of any better locations to find tin ore? If you do, let me know in the comment section below.